This is MobyMax. It is an interactive way for students to learn new skills and to remediate some of the skills they may be missing. This is actually one of my test students, so that way I can try out the different programs and features and everything. And all of them will open up to their library. They have several different math categories, reading categories, writing and language, phonics, and then there are other things like science and social studies. And then also I can assign tests, and they can practice taking tests in different formats. One thing that I really like about it is the fact fluency, and in it, students practice basic facts, and they have a given amount of time that I can adjust based on how much time they need for computation. On this one, I went through and I've already gotten 100% on all of the different fact sets, and so it'll let me choose which one I want to go to. So if I want to, oh, actually,
28 divided by 7 equals how much?
You can set it up so that it will read to the students, and if they need to have it repeated, then they can just click on this icon.
The correct answer is 28 divided by 7 equals 4.
And anytime that they miss one of the questions, whether because it times out or because they gave the incorrect response, it does give them an explanation of the correct answer. In the math section and also in the reading, they first have to take a placement test, and then it will set them on a path to remediate whatever skills they may be missing. One of the incentives for this is that students can play games after they have earned enough time working on different lessons. They can enter different sweepstakes because they earn tickets for any of the lessons that they complete, and they can actually win some prizes. I can also upload a spelling list into their file, and then they can practice it. And the way that they practice on here is basically just giving a spelling test where the computer reads the word and then it has them type it in. And then I was fortunate enough to be at a school where I have a full license for this, and so I have access to all of the different features that are available. And then anytime I assign a test or an activity, it'll come up in their assignments tab. Now I'll show you what it looks like from my perspective whenever I log in. There are 3 different sections that I can go to. One is Moby Learning, which is where I can assign different paths for them to remediate skills. There's Moby Assessments, which are like diagnostic tests, so that it shows me what gaps there are. Then there's also Moby Interactive, where I can print off different worksheets. There's Smartboard Activities, and then there's a Skills Review, which is where you can link different tablets to this and essentially play like a review game. And then one of the great features is that it does track all of the both the time that the students spend on an activity, as well as their performance. So I have all of my students here, and then it'll show me if I click on them what they've done. Here I can change their username and password, so that way it's a lot more user-friendly, especially for younger students. And then it shows, it allows me to change the time that they can be idle before it will log out. I can also change their passing rate. And like I said, it will track all of their activity as well as their performance. and I can see how they've been working on it. So I can see that this student's already passed 100% of his addition, and he's now working on subtraction. And so if I click in on his, it'll show me where exactly he is right now. So he's currently working on his -3 facts. Right, and so, like I said, I luckily have access to the entire thing, and there is a free version, and it'll grant you access to some of the features, and it will allow you to track the data, so that's great for a free program. Thanks for listening.